What's going on, guys? It's Joe with Hendo Daily, and I have a dilemma with my flashlights. So, my squirrel brain ADHD does not let me keep hanging on to the same thing for more than a specified period of time. With a couple of exceptions, I feel like my wallet that I've had for a while has been pretty standard. I haven't switched it up too much, and my flashlight. Anyone that's watched any of my other videos knows that I love the Olight i3T, and especially now the Olight i3T2 with the couple of upgrades that it has. Some of those upgrades being, let me grab on my old ones. One, the battery life is a little bit longer. Don't know how because it's still a AA battery, but battery's a little bit longer. I like the deep carry clip that they put on there, how they're able to raise it just a little bit more, where it's integrated into the cap on the back rather than the clip right here. So I do like that. And I like that the brightness level is a little bit brighter than the previous one. So I mean, there's not huge major upgrades, but they're thoughtful upgrades. What they did actually made sense. So anyways, anyone that's seen my videos knows that I love my Olight. Good lord, my Olight i3T2, and I've carried that a lot. Prior to that, though, it was not my first flashlight or my first Olight. My first Olight was the i5T. So I was up at GP Knives several years ago, and I told the guy I was talking to up there, I was like, "Hey, I'm just looking for a good first EDC flashlight." He's like, "You know what? I'll show you what I carry, and I'll let you check out the colors we got." What did he show me? The i3T. And he said, "Man, I've been carrying one of these for months now, months and months and months. Like I've been carrying one for a while, and I absolutely love it. It's the perfect size, perfect brightness for what I need." And I thought, okay, that's cool. But at the time, I thought, bigger's better. Nothing huge. Still need EDC friendly, but I thought bigger's better. Why don't you give me the i5T? He said, okay. So I got that, carried it for a little bit, and then I won an i3T in one of the giveaways from the Olight website for, one of the spinning wheels they had forever. And I got that, and I was like, holy crap, like, not a huge difference. Obviously, just the battery size on it. But this is way better, and I like this way more. Even though it's very minimal differences, I like this way more, and I was like, you know what? I should have listened to him in the first place. So that's when I got this one. And then I picked up the brass one after that. It's the only one I've ever had an issue with, and it really bums me out because they don't make this one anymore that I know of. And then I got the i3T2. So that's kind of the Olight story. Got into those. After that, I knew I was looking for a bigger, brighter light for camping and hiking. Mainly my camping trips, because most of my hiking is during the day. But a good camping flashlight, and that's where the Fenix E35 came in. Did a lot of research, a lot of YouTube videos, a lot of just asking around, commenting on Facebook groups, stuff like that. And I finally came down to this one. One, because I think I may have mentioned this in the past, as many of the Olights that I like, I cannot and will not have any magnets in my house because of medical devices. And like I've mentioned, I think I've said that before. And unfortunately, Olight has so many magnets on every good light except the i3T and a couple other ones. So that's how I found the Fenix brand. That's how I found this light, and that's ultimately what made the decision for that one. And this has been on every single camping trip, pretty much every hiking trip, and it has been a great flashlight that's held up really well over the last few years. But where my problem comes in is recently, once I discovered the Through Night brand, found them on Amazon. I think somebody else had mentioned them in a video that I was watching, so I checked them out. Got the Archer Pro S first. I went back and forth between these two on which one I wanted to get first, and I ended up with the Archer Pro S just because it was a little bit bigger and a little bit brighter for what I was wanting. again, I went back to my old ways of thinking of, bigger is better. Let's try that. Not the case. Still a great light, and still really like this, with the exceptions of the really aggressive gripping through here that shreds my pockets, and the fact that the pocket clip is just, God, it's tight. Like, it is tight, and not easy to slip into the pocket, almost even one-handed. Like, for me, it drives me nuts feeling it just shred down my pocket. I feel like I got to open it up to slide it in my pocket. That's obviously just a personal preference, and me being weird trying to put the light in my pocket, but that's what I feel like I got to do with this thing, and it drives me nuts. Otherwise, I would probably carry this every day, every single day. This might be in contention for number one next to my i3T, but aggressive grip and super tight clip, it drives me nuts. So after that, I thought, well, let me check out the other one, and I ordered the Archer Mini, and same thing. This came in, I thought, you know what? Bigger's not always better. This is a great size. I absolutely, really, really like everything about this. I like the look of it. I like the style. The brightness is perfect for what I need, on a daily basis. But my two complaints on this one, again, was the pocket clip is so damn tight. I don't understand why. Like, I don't want my light falling out of my pocket or slipping out because of a loose clip, but damn, like, this thing is just super tight, and way too tight for what I want or what I would prefer. The other thing was the button, the tail switch. I don't know why. I feel like I was constantly turning it on anytime I bumped something, or I would look down and my pocket would be glowing. And the button seems a little too sensitive and easy to push. Whereas, the i3T's got the tail switch too, but to turn that on, I mean, it doesn't take any force really, but you have to intentionally turn it on. Whereas I feel like this, you could just run your finger over it and it's on. Like I said, I've never had that issue with my Olight where I look down and my pocket's glowing because I bumped into something and it turned the light on. With this one, and with the Archer Pro S too, because, same style, the button's real tiny and easy to click. I feel like every time I looked down, my light was on. It was in my pocket, or it was lighting up my pocket, and who knows how long it was on. With a rechargeable battery, I can't just, pull out the spare AAA that I carry in my my EDC pouch and put that in there. And so if it's on for an hour, or if I accidentally double tap it and it's on the bright mode, like, I don't know, just kind of a pain. Just one of those little things that I don't like. But outside of that, I really do like the overall look and feel and style of this light. So now my problem is, where do I go to next? Because again, I kind of reverted back for the most part, to the i3T going in my pocket every day, just because of the issues I've felt like I've had with the clip and the tail switch on these two. Not really interested in going back to the i5T. Still keep it in the collection just because, why not? But the i3T has slowly made its way back into my pocket every single day, like it was a couple months prior to me getting these. So really, I guess I'm just kind of looking for some suggestions. I've got a couple ideas of what I want to try next. One of them being the Phoenix, I think it was the PD 25R. Seemed like a good EDC size, but maybe it looks like it might be around the Pro S size, a little bit smaller than the E35, kind of in between these two. So it looks like it would be a good EDC size. Had a guy comment on, or I'd commented on somebody's Facebook post, just a pocket dump, that he had the PD25R, and it looked really nice. And I'd asked him about it. He said never had any issues. He's been carrying it for a couple years, so that's a good possibility. Another one was, oh my gosh, I can't even remember the name of it, but it was on a YouTube video or a short that I'd come across just scrolling through YouTube, and it was just real funky looking. I'm gonna pull it up on Amazon, and I'll, put a picture of it right here real quick. Uh, Real funky looking. Like, obviously, I'm a pretty basic dude when it comes to my flashlights. Like, these aren't any crazy styles or designs. I like dark colors. I like standard looking flashlights, but this thing looked pretty cool. It had a couple of cool lighting modes on it. Might be something different to try. Because I even tried carrying a smaller light like the Phoenix EO1, which is very similar to like the Olight i3 EOS. Very similar to that style and that size, but I just like the Phoenix one better because it seemed a little sturdier. The metal seemed a little bit better, but I'm stuck. So not sure where to go to next on my next EDC, because like I said, nothing with magnets. So Olight is pretty much out past the i3T, and nothing. I don't know. I'm outside of that. I'm pretty much open. If I need to break outside of my my normal of very basic looking black flashlights, then I'm open to it. But that's what I need, is some suggestions, some more ideas, because I feel like I've endlessly scrolled Amazon and Blade HQ, all the other sites. I guess the only other stipulation is a flashlight is one thing I am probably not going to pay more than $100 for. Just seeing some of the other flashlights that are out there that are just like $400 or $500, that's not happening. I'm seeing like $80 tops. Is kind of where I'm at, just because I can't see myself paying that much for a flashlight. So any suggestions, I would love to see in the comments what you guys carry every day, or any ideas, anything like that. Please let me know. I'm open to it, and would just love to have some interaction on the channel from this. So thank you all for watching. I appreciate it, and I will see you in the next one.